Struggling now.
This is what a regular.
Hang on, Barry, we're gonna get there, man.
So, Roger.
Barry's a producer, by the way, on this.
In all seriousness.
If you didn't like it, throw the rotten tomatoes. No, go ahead. What's your question? I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. But in all seriousness.
You're not the one that fell.
No, I thought that was an act.
No, hell no. I suck.
Okay. So, will you tell the audience two things? Number one, if you're somebody who is living with somebody going through what you're going through, what's the best way for them to handle things? And number two, for somebody going through it, what's the best way of handling things and getting to the other side?
So Al-Anon, seriously, is a program that can help people who love alcoholics, addicts, and also codependents. I mean, I'm an untreated codependent. Don't leave me. So that's right. I was so needing this moment to just be held by a giant Jew. I prefer a female, but I'll take it. So let's get back to your serious question. This is not an AA meeting. I'm an alcoholic. I am an alcoholic. I'm a compulsive gambler. I am an all-purpose addict, and on and on and on and on and on. I'm non. And I know that what I had to do is what I think one should do. Finally, is if a person's struggling, and you love them, you can encourage them that this will always be here. Show business ain't going anywhere. Here we are 30 years later, we're here. I had to stop until I could build a foundation in reality and live on it and build some stability. And then I could come back a little at a time. This is part of it. But the rest of the story is the other things I do in my life, which is painting, which is walking in the woods and communing with nature, to have a balance of things. Because this is crazy. Hollywood is toxic for me. To come here tonight is scary and dangerous. You know, there's a number of ways I could have acted out, going through downtown, what's up? You know, I'm crazy, but not so much that I would act out. When did I turn this into an AA meeting? But that I'm holding on to my recovery as just as a human being for dear life, like it's my child. So coming here tonight, this is not the most important thing in my life. It's important. And I'm really grateful that you all showed up. But I'm holding on to something that is, I can't go out and destroy what I built. I took a long time to build this, 6 years, to build this film and to build a life. And if you're struggling with drugs and alcohol, get right. Take your time. It takes a year to rewire. And this is always going to be here. If you're talented and you have a passion, that's not going to go away. That's the answer to that. I hope it's a use.
Awesome. Thanks, Rob. We're going to take a few questions, and then I'm going to bring somebody up here who doesn't know they're coming up here to tell a story.
There are people here. We wanted, if you have a Robin Williams story and you happen to know him.
I have an idea, but anybody want to ask a question? Yes, go ahead.
Hi. John? Are you John? Yes. I see you. Let me get up. This whole sitting thing.
So here's
where we trash the theater.
Question, how do you say questionee? On the questionee fashion, I have 3 questions all in one.
What's your question?
Stacking. Are those, in the movie, are those all Robin's jokes, or do you insert your own? Second, do you actually get punched? And third, do you still channel Robin?
Yeah. First question. Oh, good. I killed the mic. First question. I don't need a mic. The first question is, it's a mix of things. I wrote most of the acts with his consent. He was sort of over my shoulder going, I like that. That's not so good. So most of what's in the movie, and a lot of it is improvised. Some of those things that just happened that I really wanted to show at the Rod and Gun Club. My landlord was in the audience. He just played with her. That's what Robin would do. You know, you've never seen my sweaty ass show. I can pay for your cheap shit. That just happened, and people in the neighborhood kind of appreciated the local. But some of them, like the cat, the drag queen thing, that's total Robin. That's his act. I just wanted to do a couple of things of his. I never even get punched. That guy is a dear friend of mine. He happens to be a professional weightlifter. And I kept the camera on him as a director because I didn't want you to feel like you could escape him. He was so powerful in that scene. I didn't want to cut back and forth, so I just wanted you to be there with me, like wondering. And we cut it in a way that people thought maybe I was hurt, but he didn't hit me.
Hey, you already had 3 fucking questions, pal. Don't bogart this place. Anybody have another question?
Let me ask you a question.
I know somebody who always has a great question.
There are times when it just happens. I have to conjure it for my act. Okay, when I do the act, and I still do it sometimes, but I have to conjure it, and I sit down and Robin says, okay, you stay here, I'm gonna go play. And I can't control it. But I generally in life don't go around going, ah! I don't do it. Because then it's an impression, but sometimes it still smacks me in a certain situation where, like tonight on the red carpet, I just wanted to, it's just because I was so anxious. I couldn't manage this. And there were times when I felt Robin going, look at this, but I just generally think then it becomes something else. Thank you.
Hey,
Hey,
how do you manage your love life now?
there's no love, like,
Channeling
this is
both
it.
of them.
This is my wife.
Would you ever want one?
Yes, I would. I actually wanted to say that I have 3 ex-girlfriends in this crowd right now. And one of them, this isn't a hard, and I know I owe a lot of you money. And speaking of, I will someday meet her. I've been in tremendous, wonderful romantic situations, but right now, this is it. There's no room in my life. It's just seeing this through. And we are going to be starting to stream on November 5th on Amazon, Apple, and 10 others. And that's the result of this work. And boy, I'll tell you, when I'm sitting here looking at this, with all the warts and all the issues in the film, I'm going, oh no! I don't have your experience. I've seen this a million times. I could barely stand it anymore. It's like, come on, would you just go out and get a job already? But I love it because it still makes me cry, because it still makes me remember what it was like when this started to happen to me and for me. So yes, I'm a terribly romantic person, but there's no room in my life right now. And there will be someday. I'm only 62.
All right, last thing, I wanted to thank a lot of people who came down here. There's some guy who has his hand raised. Shoot.
Wait, before we get to him, I gotta make an announcement. May I? Oh, I'm so sorry, That's the codependent thing. There's a lot of people here that I really wanted to acknowledge. I'm not gonna go by name, but it's 300 people to build this little film. And I've handed out cards, as Barry said, that if you have them, you can go on and do a review. The way this movie will live, and I know it's a weird little movie, but it's gotten this far because of people like Gary Rubin and Barry Katz and people that have donated and invested. And on that card, there's a way for you to talk about this film on Rotten Tomatoes. And I said, if you don't like it, you could throw the tomatoes. I don't give a shit. But there's also a way to help the film. There's a GoFundMe. Now, I'm not standing here. I'm not begging. I'm just saying I'm going home empty-handed from Hollywood. I got nothing left. This was an incredible experience, but I also know that in order to keep this movie alive, I got 6 more weeks of marketing to do, and I have no more money in the coffers to do the marketing. So to keep this going until it opens in November, if you can, there's a place where you can throw a few bucks in. And I hate to do that, but if I didn't, I would be a shitty producer, and I'm not. Sorry, I had to beg.
It's amazing. You're a genius. It was awesome.
Oh, thanks, man.
I want to thank one other person that came here, Tommy Davidson, one of the greatest comedians and actors and sketch people I ever know. Tommy, I know that you have a story, at least one story about Robin Williams. You want to come up here and tell it?
Please.
You want to encourage this guy to come up here? Again, thanking Daryl Hammond for coming as well from Saturday Night
Yeah,
Live.
Daryl Hammond's here, and thank you guys, everybody who showed up, thank you.
Tommy Davidson, here you go, buddy.
Give him room, boy.
Want to sell the film, get the black guy.
All right, I'm gonna
No, yeah. Got this mic. How come this doesn't work? Yeah, but you don't have one now.
I don't need one. I'm loud and stupid.
Bring me up 5 of them.
Yeah. Get another one.
No, this is just one. I want to share it. Stuff is going around. Share. First of all, beautiful, right?
Yes.